Good morning. It's your girl, Queen Leisha B, checking in with you every day from a large body of water. I'll explain my connection to the water to you shortly, but I do have a divine connection with the water. So I'll always give my messages from the water. I do want to thank you just for tuning in. I'm grateful that you woke up this morning and could tune in, and I thank you for you tuning in the future. But welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is going to be going down every single morning as much as I can, maybe a couple times a day. But I feel like my passion, my reason for this YouTube channel is to empower. Everybody that knows me knows that I love to talk, so I like to talk. I like to help people. I've been that person these past couple of years who really likes to keep things private. Even though I seem like a public person, I really like to keep things private, and now is the time to let it all out. There's no more hiding it. There's no more secrets. There's no more living this life that we're taught to live. The truth is either going to be exposed, it's going to break you down, or you can overcome it. What, not even overcome it, accept it. So that's what I feel like my purpose is, and my journey right here at this second. I feel like we're all one, and somebody's screaming for help. Somebody's screaming to hear someone else's story that they can relate to, that can give them hope, that can give them future. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my YouTube channel. Some mornings I'll sound clearer than most. Hopefully that gets better. Hopefully it's easy for you guys to communicate. But either way, I have to get my message across. I have to help. I have to be a part of the whole. I have to be there for someone who may need me. Um, so that's pretty much my purpose. But today I wanted to focus and talk about unconditional love. Unconditional love means you love without boundaries. You love for the simple fact of loving. You don't love because a person makes you feel some kind of way. You don't love them because they're treating you a certain kind of way. You don't love them because they're purchasing certain things for you. You just love them unconditionally. The way I describe unconditional love is the way you love your children. When your kids do something you don't like, your kids decide to change their sex, your kids decide to rob somebody, kill somebody, you're still going to love them. You're going to still have a love that nobody else can understand. You see a rapist, his mom's still going to cry when he goes to jail because she doesn't understand why her child is the way her child is, but she loves that child unconditional. And I feel like the world is now, at first we were taught about unconditional love, and now it's time to really start living unconditional love. 2016, as I've been hearing, as I've been saying, as it's been coming to me, is the year of action. I've spent the past couple of years researching information. My beliefs change every week. Everybody just doesn't understand. But what I've come to understand is that it doesn't matter what somebody believes. It doesn't matter what level of consciousness they're on. It doesn't matter what they choose to do with their life. We all got to start learning to come from unconditional love. Unconditional love is the only thing that's going to be able to exist on this planet, is unconditional love. And if we don't go back to unconditional love, the world's just going to be chaos, and we're going to be divided and separated. Even with relationships, there are a lot of people going through breakups right now, like a lot, myself included. I'm on my own personal journey where I just really want to be alone and get to know myself better, get to love myself better, get to feel myself again. Sometimes you get lost in what you think life should be, or how people should be, or even yourself, how you should be. So that unconditional love, just like you unconditionally love another person, when you've done things that you're not happy about, stayed in situations you're not happy about, not been honest with yourself about your own wants, needs, and desires. You may be hiding your own desires because society wouldn't like it, your family wouldn't like it, your loved ones wouldn't understand it, but that's not living in truth, and that's not loving your true self. So when you begin to practice to love people unconditionally, that doesn't mean be stupid, allow people to treat you any kind of way and still be in their life. But when you learn to have friendships and relationships based on, I want you in my life, I enjoy you in my life, I appreciate you being in my life. No matter what you choose to do, who you choose to talk to, who you choose to share your love with, you'll learn how to love people unconditionally. And love hurts, like painfully. It exposes things in you that you really didn't know you had inside of you, desires you didn't know you had inside of you, jealousy you didn't know you had inside of you, insecurities you didn't know you had inside of you. That's what love does. And everybody chases this. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, I love this person. Oh, I need this person. Oh, I have to be with this person. But just like yourself, you know yourself, and you're not a perfect person. That's why when you begin to love somebody else, you start to realize, hey, they're human too. Hey, they have desires too. Hey, I'm not the only person that they can get love from. And then you start to have those crazy thoughts, those I want to be crazy, psycho. And a lot of people, what this breakup that I personally went through, what it did was expose that I was pretending to the world to be something that I was not. I was pretending to my family to be something that I was not. And I was pretending to be to my partner something that I was not. And when you start walking in truth, the truth is going to come out. And the truth is going to be exposed. And for you to even live your divine, true, happy purpose, the truth has to come out or you're not going to be free. And that's what's happening with me. I'm just having to admit things are not perfect. Admit things are perfect in my way, but the rest of the world wouldn't understand it. So when that part started to get exposed, I started to just push away, run, defend. And that's not right, because there are a lot of people that live the same way that I live. There are a lot of people hiding. And I feel like right now, instead of running in my corner and saying, oh, things are not right, this is embarrassing, this is exposing my true self. There are a lot of people who go through this on a daily. There are a lot of people that expose their own self and then they have to deal with that. And I just want to share my experience because it's okay. I'm fine. I'm great. And I experienced all those things times 10. And I'm still alive and I'm still okay. And I still have love and I still feel love. And I still want to love, even if sometimes you start to think things are silly, or you make your choices based on how society would feel or how your friends are going to react the next time they see you. And that's just not so. You miss out on a lot. Like, you can be in a relationship, you can love this person so much that all you can think about is when it's over, what's it going to be like? What am I going to do when it's over? How am I going to react when it's over? How am I going to live when it's over? Instead of enjoying the moment. If you really took the time to enjoy what you're choosing to love, you wouldn't even know if they are doing something that you wouldn't approve of. And if they are, they're going to miss out on the best love, because every chance that they got with you, every second that they spent with you was full of unconditional love. Some people, when people are in a relationship and somebody decides to cheat or seek love elsewhere because it's exciting, it's fun, it's new, it's refreshing, it's not stressful, it's not anything that they have to work for. And then when you find out that that person is cheating, you can't understand why. It hurts. You feel like it's something that you did wrong or something in you. And it is something that you did do wrong, but it's not what you think you did wrong. All you did wrong was you didn't take the time to enjoy loving. That person couldn't come around you and it be a refuge, or that person couldn't live and chill with you and enjoy love. And that's all you have to do. But first, it might start with, every time you don't love unconditionally, you're going to keep going through this cycle and the same relationships of, why didn't it work out, or this person is using me, or this person is doing certain things that I don't like and they're hurting me. But you're only hurting yourself because you're looking for everybody has good or bad in them. And people don't understand when I say I am a goddess, because we are all made in his image. And when you get to a certain level of consciousness, or you get to a certain level of growth, religion keeps you as a child. You have to grow up. You have to decide, am I God or am I Lucifer? Do I want things because I want them a certain way and I'm greedy and I want to hold it all to myself, and I want to feel all the happiness to myself. Am I going to invoke hurt on people? Am I going to hurt people because I feel some kind of way? Am I going to judge people because I don't understand? Am I going to talk about the next person because they do things that I don't choose to do? Or am I going to love everybody unconditionally, become God, take care of my body, love myself, love those around me, love the earth, love nature? You have to decide. There is no person to blame. There is no evil, dark, demonic spirit or presence over your life that is raining a parade of demonic negative energy. You are the demonic energy. Whatever energy level you vibrate on, that's the level of things, that's the type of things that vibrate in your life. So you wonder, you're depressed, you're sad, you just got out of a relationship, you're out here seeking for another relationship, or you're out here going out and partying and getting drunk, and not saying that any of those things are bad, but when you're under those influences, you do open yourself up to dark presence. And if you're not in a good space, you're only going to vibrate darkness your way. So you're going to find somebody just as hurt as you, just as broken as you, somebody trying to make sure that the next person is not getting over on them. So that's why you're going to attract that same kind of person that you can't seem to let go of because you haven't let go yourself. You haven't let go of the thought of what's perfect. You haven't stopped to think, why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel insecure? Why do I feel like this person could take something away from me? Why even do I give my power to another person? Why am I not just enjoying this person? And then once I'm not with that person, I go back to enjoying myself. While I'm with that person, I enjoy myself. When you first meet a person, they enjoy you, enjoy yourself. They see you in your light of being by yourself, loving yourself, or even loving the people around you. Sometimes loving the person that you're with, somebody can admire that and seek that out. But if you yourself don't love yourself, you're going to be drawn to someone that loves you, that fills that void that you haven't filled for yourself. So when you allow somebody to fulfill a void that you haven't filled yourself, you're filling yourself with that other person. So when they leave, you're empty again and you're back to where you started. So I guess where I'm going with this unconditional love is that it starts with yourself. And if you don't love you unconditionally, you can't love, it's code, sorry. You can't love anyone else unconditionally. You can never understand why another person deserves the chance to get to meet someone new, get to understand someone new, get the exciting moment. If you say you're going to spend the rest of your life with your soulmate, they have other souls that they have to meet. They have other people that they have to connect with for a higher purpose. We have to grow. There are millions of people on this world, and you don't know who you were before you are who you are today. And once you start to figure out your mission, you start to realize that we're all one and we're all connected. And to get to wherever you need to go, you might have to connect to another soul, and that soul might connect with you from 3,000 miles away. And then you might need to spend 3 months, 3,000 miles away, healing this part of the world or building this certain thing with this person. But when you understand unconditional love and the life that you set up for yourself, you don't have kids so that you can have a partner to stay stuck with in one spot of the world for the rest of your life. You have children so that when you are too old to live out your purpose, you can pass that purpose along and your child can pick up where you left off at, and they don't have to start all over. Start this evolutionary journey, figure out who they are, figure out what their purpose is, and then figure out life. But if you figure it out, you lead and guide your kids, whether your mate is taking over the world and sending money back home and providing for you, or they're healing other parts of the world or giving love to other people that need to give love, you still have to be focused. If you decided to have kids, you can't be mad because the universe has called him to do something else. You have to live your purpose. And right now, my purpose, I feel, is to raise my kids to a certain conscious level so that they're not trapped in fear. They're not terrified to become their true potential I want them to just love themselves enough that they know this is why I'm here to be on this earth. This is what I know. I love myself first before anything, which means that I love God. If I love myself and I take care of my body, I love God because we are all made in his image. We are all a part of his being. Jesus said it himself. We are the divine connection to him. We are from him. The Son of Man, he came to be the way, the truth, and the light, to show you, to help you, to guide you, to say, hey, all these things, I am you. I was incarnated here on this earth. I've reached a certain level of consciousness, and my life is better. And I'm connected to the source, and the source is leading and guiding me, my every step, and providing all my needs. His purpose wasn't to worship. He's a guide. He's a leader, just like Buddha is a leader. We have all these people debating religion when if they were more focused on their self and improving their self and becoming more Christ-like, reaching that level of consciousness where you love your body. You don't eat anything that harms you. You don't kill animals because you love the earth. You don't throw paper outside, not because the police are not looking, because you know that the universe sees everything you do. Just because you're not in church on Sunday, God's watching you. The universe is watching you. Every person that's looking at you is like God saying, hey, I see you. So, and that goes the same way even for people that are judging. If you see someone doing something that you don't choose to do, just because it's not what you choose to do doesn't mean that it's wrong. And just because you were taught that it's wrong doesn't mean that it's wrong. Who told that person that it was wrong? Who says that that doesn't fit for that person's life? Now, it's clear when you see things that hurt people, and they're hurting their own life, then you know that that's not a choice that they should make. But with judging and with your own actions, you have to do it out of love. Do what you love. Don't think about other people worrying about what you love. Don't worry about another person loving you to death or to life or more than you can imagine, because if you don't love you, they're never going to be able to love you. They're going to give you all the love that they can possibly give you, and it's still not going to be enough because you're still going to be empty, because your cup has to be filled up. And when somebody decides to love you, that's how your cup is runneth over, because you are already filled up. You have to be filled up. You have to love you unconditionally before you can love the next person unconditionally, or yourself unconditionally. And this is all from experience, and this is all from my higher self. Like this, for weeks I've been writing, sketching, planning, trying to incorporate other people to make it perfect. And the universe has simply put me in situations to where, nope, you don't need to work with this person. Nope, you don't need a professional camera crew. Nope, you don't need this. And even though it was in some messed up ways, how things prevented me from doing this a professional, perfect way, I'm okay. And I'm launching my first video, and y'all are going to totally feel it, and you're going to know that I'm keeping it real, and you're going to know that it's me. It's going to be just like my spiritual awakening meetings every Sunday, where we're chilling out at my house, smoking, chilling, kicking it, and talking about life, and understanding each other, and accepting each other, and empowering. And first, if you're feeling like you don't know what to do next, you don't know why you don't have a relationship, you don't know why it's worked out with the person that you're with, you don't know why you're trying to fix another person and force them to be how you want them to be so you can be happy. Trust me, I did that. I changed a person from who they were into what I wanted them to be, and I still wasn't happy. And then I just ran away from all my problems, and that doesn't fix it. You gotta first learn to love yourself, and when you love yourself, you love people so much that it doesn't matter what they choose to do with their life. It doesn't matter their conscious level. It doesn't matter what they believe in. It doesn't matter what God they pray to. It doesn't matter if they have on Daisy Dukes or a skirt down to the ground. It doesn't matter if they're gay or straight. You learn to love unconditionally. If you have a thought about somebody or a judgment about somebody, you're not loving unconditional. So we're going to do this exercise every day. Every time you see somebody that's different, every time you see somebody that's weird, every time you are in a relationship or you start talking to somebody or you start vibing with somebody, every time you have a thought of why do they, how could they, why are they, why won't they, stop and say, I love you. I love that person. I don't care what that person has going on with their personal self. All I want to do is love them. All I want to do is be a positive influence in their life. All I want to do is be positive. And even with that, with your friends in your inner circle, because your inner circle is your vibe, if you have a friend that's going back to her same boyfriend that's beating her up, don't call your next friend and talk about her. Call your next friend and pray for her. Call your next friend and say, what can we do to help her evolve? What can we do to help her love herself? What can I do to love her every day so that she doesn't feel the need to call him and beg for love that's not loving her? What can I do to help the homeless man not be on the corner anymore? What can I do in my neighborhood to make my neighbor smile? What can I do to help people understand me so that they don't feel like they have to judge me? What can I do to stop the negative? Every day, if you just pick one time that you think of something negative and figure out a way to change it or affirm to yourself that you're going to change that thought, it just starts with you. Whoever watches this video today, if everybody just does that, and leave me a comment, shoot me an email, tell me the situation, let it out, write. I write all the time, I journal, but tell yourself, hey, why did I think that about that person? Because every time, 100% of the time, when you think something about somebody, you're either that and you're afraid to be that publicly, or you don't understand it. But you need to ask yourself why, so you can see that you're not perfect and nobody else is perfect. Why does that girl want to smoke weed? Why does that girl decide to drink? Why does that girl decide to want to show her skin? Why does that person embody her full potential, her full sexiness, and she loves it and you can't stand it? And you can't stand it when your man glances at her. Instead of looking at her and why he wants to look at her, look at you and wonder why you want to look at you. You should be so caught up into loving yourself that you don't have time to see someone else loving somebody else. Because no matter how much somebody loves somebody else, it doesn't take away from the way that they feel about you. So unconditional love all week, that's what I want to focus on. That's what was spoken to me. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today, and I had wrote down lots of notes. I done did thousands of videos trying to figure out the right thing to say. And we're not here to teach, we're here to experience. And if my experience can help you get to your next level, then your experience is going to help someone else get to that next level. And then it's just a never-ending cycle of universal love, universal love, universal love, love. So this week, that's what we're going to do for the next 7 days. I'm still be coming to you every day with another mission. But everything that I want to do is not going to be a 30-day challenge, not going to be a 50-day challenge, unless it's some spirit work or some type of fast that we're going to do together. Everything is going to be daily challenges, because this ascension process is not going to be, oh, we're astral projecting and we're going to another dimension. We're moving to that dimension. Certain people are not understanding why things are not working out, or why everybody's rushing to get married right now because time's running out and everybody's feeling like relationships are being unvalued. And we're going to another level. How marriages used to be, and then how marriage has evolved and how relationships have evolved over time. We're going through another one of those changes. And if you don't figure out what the change is and change yourself and love yourself and get with the flow of the universe, like these waves, they don't backtrack. They don't try to go against the wind. They're just flowing. And once you learn to decide to go with the flow, every desire that you have in your heart, is going to be brought to you along the way. That person that's going to understand you, that person that might understand your insecurities and your flaws is going to help you. But at the end of the day, nobody can change how you feel on the inside. Only you can. So, again, like I said, 'cause this is what I love to do. This is my passion, to talk unconditional love. Let's try it. Let's just try it and see how you feel next week. I'm going to leave an email address at the end of this video. I want you guys to shoot me videos on things you want to talk about. I'm going to be chiming in with other goddesses that the universe has brought in my life. Like, you don't understand. If I have somebody that was brought into my life, and if I was in the old standard core ways, I wouldn't even allow this person into my life because of the way that they came into my life. And this is a female, but I love the universe, and everything that I ask for, I'm going to love it, and I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to honor it because that's what I asked for. And there are people coming to me that are here to help me on this journey, so they're going to help you too. And then you're going to take the same advice that we give you, or the same thing that we invoke in you, even if it's, oh, I want to get up every day and put my makeup on, because Alicia gets up every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning and puts a little bit of eyeliner on and sits out in the sun and enjoys the universe. That might motivate somebody else to get up and do the same thing. Every day I get up and work out, and people say, why you don't call me? Why you don't call me? I'm not your trainer. You have to do it on your own, and when you do it on your own, it feels so much better. You don't feel obligated. You don't feel like, oh, Alicia's waiting on me. You do it for yourself, and when we do that, we're going to go to another level to where that's the normal. Don't you want to live in a world where you don't feel jealous, where you don't feel insecure, where you don't have fear, where you don't want to feel like if somebody leaves you, you don't have anything? You have it all. We are all one, and love is universal, and it's infinite, and it can't just be held into one person because that's selfish. That's not fair. That one person you're holding on to and don't want them to love anybody else could be somebody's reason for staying in this world. So we got to learn to love unconditional, unconditional, unconditional. And if Miss Nance, if you're watching, that was for you. Like, I can never hold somebody's love, because what if somebody else is giving up and they love that person and that person is still here? That's love. That's love. But I can talk on and on all day. I'm going to chime in with you guys. I did not realize my first video was going to be 27 minutes because the full 30 videos that I just did previously were like 7 minutes, and I'm like, I'm just rambling. But unconditional love is the way. And if you just love one person that you didn't think that you would love this week for me, the world will be that much more better. But I want you guys to leave topics that you want me to discuss. I'm going to be having other queens chiming in. We're going to be going live. I'm going to be coming to you from water, because that's what gives me my mojo. That's what gives me my energy. That's what gives me my confidence. That's what gave me my message. On my way here, I stopped at a gas station. Her shirt said mind, body, and spirit. And you got to love you unconditionally before you can get all that together. So unconditional love was my message for today. Unconditional love. The email's going to be in the bottom. Leave me emails. Ask me questions. Give me topics. If I don't know, the universe will bring me somebody that can answer your question. So I love you. I'm going to push unconditional love for the rest of this week. I'm be giving you different topics. We're going to get into books to read and all kinds of things. But I just want to love unconditionally. And if my conversation today made you feel like you can do this, you can push forward, I've been hurt, and we're going to get deep. But love unconditionally, and I'm going to go because I'm going to talk forever, and I'm really excited that my first video is 29 minutes, and somebody felt love today, or somebody got the answer on how to love, or why to love, or what to love. And you got to love yourself. So see you guys later. I'm going to try to get back to some water sometime today and chime in. If not, every morning, this is what I do. I connect with the universe this way. You might be an earth being. I'm connected all. I love nature all the way around. But right now, water is my connection. So that's what I'm going to be coming to you from. Love, peace, good energy, good vibes, good workplace. I want all your desires to come true. And I'm out. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday.